Civilization or Barbarism, an Authentic Anthropology by Dr. Sheikh Antajab. What they do not insist on is that problem 6 of the Papyrus of Moscow deals well, is it by pure chance? With the famous sacred triangle, so much contested, and which the Egyptians had known, according to testimonies by the Greeks themselves. L equals 4, little l equals 3, to diameter equals 5, necessarily. Surface of the triangle. The formula S equals 1/2 AH was well established. One no longer tries to question this fact by alleging that said formula is accurate only if merit means height and not side. Struve has shown that the Egyptians generally used K3W to designate the height of three-dimensional mathematical beings, and merit for that of the plane figures. The first meaning of the merit is shore quay. One will notice that its determinative is essentially a line regularly broken at right angles, which implies the idea of the perpendicular. The Egyptians, who knew the correct formula for the surface of the trapezium, necessarily knew how to calculate that of the triangle. And even Pete finally agrees and rejects Eisenlohr's, translator of the Rhine Papyrus, idea, who departed from the approximative formula. S equals A plus C over 2 times B plus D over 2, inscribed in the temple of Edfu, constructed by Ptolemy the 11th, in order to say that the Egyptians could not have known the exact formula of the triangle surface. In fact, this formula generally applies to the quadrilaterals for the approximate determination of the surface area of fields for land taxation purposes. Obviously, it cannot then be true in the case of the scalene triangle. Furthermore, it is too recent and belongs to the Hellenistic Greek epic. It is it therefore Greek science or Egyptian science that is in question here. Anyway, we have already said it. He who has correctly calculated the surface of the trapezium necessarily knows that of the triangle. The inventors of the plumb line could not ignore the height of the figures, and this is why Gillings writes concerning this discussion about the meaning of merit. However, these differences of opinion are academic, and modern day historians agree that perpendicular height is meant by the scribe. Surface of the trapezium. The scribe applied the following correct formula. S equals A plus B over 2 times H, or the half sum of the bases times the height. For the calculation of the trapezium surface, the calculations that he makes amount to the rigorous application of this formula. Problem 52 of the Rhine Papyrus, figure 50. Trapezium, triangle, one of whose apexes is cut parallel to the base, of 20 kehet, with a large base of 6 kehet and a small base of 4K. What is its surface? The scribe proceeds as follows from the Rhyme Papyrus, page 94. 6 plus 4 equals 10, semicolon. 10 over 2 equals 5, semicolon. S equals 5 times 20 equals 100. Volumes of the cylinder, of the parallel pipe, and of the sphere. Problems 41 through 43 of the Rhyme Papyrus deal with the volume of a cylinder, designated by the terms S and not ipt. These are the two terms that Pete pretended to confuse in this case when he wanted to reduce the surface of the sphere to that of a cylinder. He thought, in order to disparage Egyptian mathematics. Problem 44 deals with a cube, square base, if 3 equal sides, est deben equals cylinder, as if equals cube or parallel piped, depending on the case. Problem 41 deals with the volume of a cylinder of a diameter of 9 and a height of 10 units. The calculation of the scribe comes down to the application of the exact formula that gives the volume of the cylinder, which is V equals pi times radius squared. H equals 16 over 9 times radius squared times h equals 16 over 9 squared times radius squared times h equals s times h. The surface on the base multiplied by the height. S being calculated with the value of pi equal 3.1605. The Rhyme Papyrus, page 81. Problem 44 concerns the volume of a cube whose sides are each 10 units long. V equals A times A times A equals A cubed, or 10 times 10 times 10 equals 1,000. Here the scribe purposely elevated the number 10 to the third power, and we will see with geometrical progressions that he already had the habit of elevating any number to the power n. We'll pause right here and continue back. Civilization or Barbarism in chapter 16. We're almost through. Hi, it's Hard Love. I'm your bro, Riley.